him back. And as he approaches the young man, he says, "Look, there's so many starfish and there's miles of beach, you can't possibly make a difference."
Right.
And he says, he thought about it, reached down, made a difference to that one.
Okay.
So I always loved that poem, so I decided to name the agency Starfish.
Starfish.
Yeah.
If I do it all over again, it'd be life insurance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Although it's become such a commodity that it's, especially on the term side. And speaking of that.
All right, stand by, fellas. Hot mics.
Hey, welcome. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817, 713-785-1817. Joined live in the studio, Javar with Benchmark Insurance.
Thank you for having me, Tom.
Welcome to the show. I'm trying to share on Facebook. There we go. There, found it. Finally found it. Okay, so I'm sharing it on my post. There we go. And it will be up and going here on the computer. So what's going on in the world of insurance?
Insurance.
Lots of stuff,
in
right?
my market, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're taking some rate hikes. Insurance companies are a little scared about the catastrophes that we just recently had.
Yeah.
You know, 3 back-to-back hurricanes.
Right. Well, not 3 back-to-backs in the Houston market.
No.
3 back-to-back in the Gulf Coast. From Florida to Texas.
Texas, Puerto Rico, Florida, exactly.
Yeah,
Gulf
Puerto
Coast,
Rico's been decimated.
Yeah, they got hit. And
Yeah.
and that generally affects everybody.
Yeah, of
Because
course.
essentially these insurance companies have reinsurance companies that basically cover any excess claim that may cause detrimental financial distress to their companies.
Right.
So the reinsurance carriers are now increasing their rates. Therefore,
Well, what happens for those people that don't understand how insurance works, oftentimes you'll have a carrier, not the Allstates, the State Farms, the Farmers, not those guys. They reinsure themselves typically. But
Correct.
other carriers, when like a QBE or something, whoever that is, they'll put together a package. They want to go after a particular market they feel like is underserved. There's some excess profits there. They want to beat out those excess profits, right?
Exactly.
And undercut the marketplace. But they may say, hey, you know what? We want to dedicate, insure, $5 million of exposure or $50 million or whatever that number is. And so they basically buy a reinsurance product where it's like a $50 million deductible, and any excess liability over and above that, they're paying so a portion of the premium goes towards that. So,
exactly.
So it's really it's major, which is normally a cash cow for the reinsurer until the disaster strikes. In which case, then it's a money loser.
Exactly, because we haven't had a major catastrophe since 2008, 2009,
Yeah,
Hurricane Ike. So they've been making money for the last 10 years,
Yeah.
and rates have really bottomed out.
Yeah.
and we've gotten this
Well, because
low.
people go, oh my God, look at this. These people are charging how much, and they're not paying anything out. And so somebody else will come in and undercut those rates, and then somebody else comes in, and the marketplace comes down, and it gets overcut essentially, right?
Exactly.
Where they're not getting enough premium to really represent the risk.
That's the truth. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so then bam, you're betting on red because the roulette wheel's going round and round. It's going red, 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 red. I mean, I've seen 27 blacks on the roulette wheel before. It's crazy. And then so you're due, you're red. But if you got in on 14, 14 reds in a row, and it's due
You're
for a
rolling.
black, right?
Right,
Yeah, you're
right.
rolling, right? But unless you're betting against that.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And you can't predict nature. So that's where we are now. So, a carrier now, they were aggressive and they're saying, hey, we're backing out.
Yeah.
And
Kind of like, Allstate did that. I remember back in what was that, like 2005 or 2006, that there were so many claims in the Houston market that Allstate completely pulled out.
Nationwide did too.
Yeah. Pulled out of Texas.
Pulled out of Texas.
Yeah.
Or,
for homeowners insurance. Yeah,
Exactly.
pulled out of Houston for homeowners insurance. They basically said no new policies for homeowners. And I had a buddy of mine that was writing for Allstate at the time, and he goes, and down in Sugarland area, he had just opened up a new branch and all that. He's really excited about being with Allstate, and their auto rates really weren't competitive if you didn't have homeowners.
Right.
And he goes, man, I can't write homeowners now, and my autos. He was
brutal.
Yeah.
And they're still real conservative. Liberty Mutual's conservative. They
Yeah.
only write in certain zip codes and
Right.
pockets.
Right.
They have a science to it. It doesn't really make sense.
It's all statistics, right?
It's all statistics.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, that's where we are right now.
That's the advantage that you have going with someone like Benchmark, because y'all aren't tied. Allstate, State Farm, Farmers, those guys, those are all captive agents, that those agents can't write for anybody else except those carriers, as long as that carrier is writing that particular line of business.
Correct. And we also have leverage. So
Yeah.
we have a really good sized book of business because of all the investors that we do insure.
Right.
So when something like this happens and a carrier says, hey, we're now backing out of the territory,
Yeah.
we have
Then,
always
then
a back. We
you
always
go
have a backup
shopping
plan.
so that we
Yeah.
don't have to.
Correct, because
Yeah.
I'm shopping an entire book of business.
Yeah.
So I'm going to a carrier and saying, "Hey, here's $5 million in business. Would you
Yeah.
like to
Yeah.
work with us
Yeah.
on this?" And generally, they're on top of it.
Yeah, like
it's
wait,
not
$5 million in premium all at one time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Who goes out shopping for $5 million at one time, right?
exactly
Yeah.
right.
The big REITs do, and hedge funds, and that's about it, right?
And we develop those programs based
Right.
on that book
right.
and that exposure. So it's been challenging.
Yeah.
But we've overcome it, and we have a new policy out right now that's still the number one most competitive in the industry.
So we got a call from one of our students within the last couple of days, and they go, yeah, I was talking with the Benchmark, and we're losing the insurance, and I'm like, oh man, I hadn't gotten that phone call, and you said, no, not the plan that we're on, but it's another plan. And so that doesn't mean that all of your clients that are investors have been affected by this pull out of the reinsurer.
Right.
So okay.
Right. And nobody's going to feel the effect of this.
Yeah.
Essentially, they are one of our carriers is basically backing out effective January 1st.
Yeah.
So we have.
I know what it feels like to get that email.
Oh, sucks.
My email didn't give me till January 1st. They said effective immediately. We're no longer accepting new applications.
Oops. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's fun.
So we're rolling everybody over to another plan, so they won't affect it. Luckily, it's a reporting form policy, so every month it basically starts over anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're just jumping into another policy with the same terms, same pricing.
Nice.
Luckily.
Yeah.
So
right. Okay, so Benchmark Insurance, you can go to insureinvestors.com. That's INSURE investors.com. 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. The important thing to know is that you can go to insureinvestors.com regardless of where you are in the country. Mm-hmm. All 50 states, is that right?
All 50 states.
So if I'm in Maine and I'm an investor, want to get a quote on homeowners insurance or a builder's risk, not homeowners, but a builder's risk, vacant dwelling, landlord policy, I can get a quote in Maine for a policy written in Maine.
Absolutely. Our policy works as a 3-in-1 policy, essentially. It covers you while you're in the course of construction, builder's risk.
Yeah.
Covers you while your property is vacant and while it's occupied, all at the same rate. So you don't have to call us and tell us, hey, we're renovating now, or we just lost a tenant. You basically write the policy. We write the policy, and it's basically out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
However, we do need, your portfolio in order to start the policy,
Right.
which 3 to 5 properties minimum.
Yeah. So I was talking to an investor was texting me last night about 7:30, 8 o'clock. He's down in Corpus Christi, and I was referring him to you last night, and he said, "Look, I'm closing on a property today, and he's got a couple of properties already. He's a landlord primarily, and he's closing on a property today, and he needs a builder's risk policy with windstorm and liability coverage. And he was talking to a farmer's agent, and I was like, hey, get away from farmers, call Benchmark,
Right?
But his farmer's agent said, well, a builder's risk policy either has builder's risk with windstorm or builder's risk with liability, not all three.
Not all three.
Yeah. So, but your policy can have all three. Is that right?
Yeah. Not only are we going to cover hazard insurance, which is your fire, theft, vandalism, etc., but we're also covering windstorm.
Yep.
Already in the Gulf Coast.
Yeah,
so
which is crazy. So you don't have to go to TWIA.
No Texas windstorm, which is huge.
Yeah, right.
So actually, with Texas windstorm, you're going to have to replace that roof and have to get an architect and in order to get that coverage.
Engineer.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all right.
And then we'll also have private flood. So if you do have some banks that will allow you to opt to that option,
Yeah.
we'll give you private flood on that as well.
Okay, so so is that a concern? We have to check with the lender to find out, are they okay with private flood versus the FEMA flood?
You do. You
Okay.
do. And the funny thing is that the lenders are using private flood to
Yeah,
force
right.
place insurance on your house.
Right, they're not
So
going through the federal
they're
flood
not going through federal flood program. So we're basically, it's
Because that's
funny.
a profit center for them, right?
So I've had numerous conversations with some of these lenders who say, hey, we're not going to accept anything but NFIP, when in fact they're using the same policy.
Yeah, can they legally? I mean, I guess they can legally do that, but it's like, yeah.
They're the lender.
Yeah, they're the lender. All right, it's their money, right? All right, so you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. If you've got any insurance questions, you can either call in or you can post them on the Book of Faces, and you can ask any of your insurance questions. I've got the expert right here in the studio live, so if you've got any questions like that. So how quickly can you bind coverage? If he calls you this morning, can he bind coverage today?
We're busy, absolutely, but
Yeah.
we can turn things around in less than 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
We do have basically a lot of leverage with our carriers to
Right.
be able to say, hey, this needs to be bound,
Yeah.
ready to go, and we can put it together for you.
So if I go to insureinvestors.com and I get a quote, can I bind coverage through that website?
You cannot bind coverage.
Okay.
We're still working out the tweaks
Yeah,
with the
sure.
website to make it
Right.
streamlined to where
Right.
it's fully e-commerce.
Right.
Because essentially every risk has to be underwritten.
Right.
In order for us to get to that point, we have to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars to build the criteria
Right.
to have, pool
To
roofing.
answer all those questions, right?
Answer
yeah.
all the questions, roofing permits, upgrades,
Which
electrical type.
Do you realize how many roofs don't get permits?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
most
of
of
them.
them. Right.
Most of them.
1 minute.
Right.
Yeah.
So
The only place that you pull permits is in windstorm areas because you've got to get that windstorm certificate.
Exactly.
In which case you have to have an engineer that's involved in all that. So outside of so are they going to require permits from an underwriting standpoint outside of windstorm areas?
no, not at
Okay.
all. Not at all.
But in windstorm areas they are because you're
It's-
going to have the windstorm certificate.
It's the only way for a company, a technical company that actually pulls these databases,
Right.
To be able to determine if a roof has actually been replaced. So it's
without sending out an inspector. or
without
something.
sending out an inspector.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I guess you wouldn't want to leave it to the client to send photos of the roof, right?
Yeah, that's an extra level.
Yeah.
So the ultimate goal is to make it completely streamlined. We want to be the Progressive of investors
Yeah.
insurance.
Yeah.
And that's single family, that's apartment complexes, that's commercial buildings, shopping centers. That's our specialty. That's what we do.
Well, I probably within the next 2 to 3 years. I mean, the technology already exists, but we just don't have access to it on the consumer level. But when we can get the spy satellites, the satellite pictures to the same level that our government has, then
It would be huge.
yeah. There are, that's how we measure roofs already, though. You know that, right?
Oh
With-
yeah. We with it's called
Eagle
EagleView.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's the industry standard. All right, you've been listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. I've been joined live in the studio with Benchmark Insurance. Javar's been in the house. Insureinvestors.com. That's INSURE investors.com. 281-569-4353.
Thank you for having me.
Mike's off, guys.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it. All right, and then it's foundation check next.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Time
Thanks.
is money in a real estate deal.
All right.
If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders? The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. We're here for you. Are you a rehabber, wholesaler, buy and hold, or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money. Benchmark has been in business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us show you what we can do for you at 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done. Train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right. And complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992. Or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Investor loans offering up to 100% financing are still available. You just have to know where to look. Look no further than Noble Mortgage. Noble Mortgage is a full-service mortgage company that's been helping investors since 2003. Noble Mortgage offers up to 100% financing to investors that covers purchase, repairs, and closing costs. In addition to private money, Noble Mortgage offers conventional loans, FHA, and even no-income documentation loans for both residential and commercial properties. Call and ask about our 5-point guarantee, which includes free pre-qualifications within 2 business days. Call 713-680-8100 or visit noblemoney.com. That's noblemoney.com. Our team has over 50 years experience in the mortgage industry. Call us today, 713-680-8100, or visit us on the web, noblemoney.com, noblemoney.com.
NMLS 292143, 8203 Willow Place Drive, Houston, Texas, 77070.
Did you know that there are over $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S.? Imagine if you could use someone's IRA to fund all of your deals. Well, you can. Quest IRA is based locally here in Houston, Texas. At Quest IRA, we offer retirement accounts that can be used to invest in real estate, promissory notes, private entities, and much more. Many of our clients loan money from their IRAs to fund real estate deals all over the country. We don't sell any investments or give advice. However, we do hold free networking events, weekly educational classes, and free consultations with an IRA specialist. For more information, visit our website at questira.com or call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs. To tap into the $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S., call Quest IRA at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or go to our website, questira.com.
This is Business 1110.
Call Tom at 713-785-1817 and look for us on Facebook Live at facebook.com/RightPathRealEstate.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. We are a call-in show. Got a great guest. If you've got any questions about Foundation, I'm joined by the owner of Foundation Check. Welcome to the show.
Yep, Tom, good to be back.
Yeah. So we're talking on the break and during the changeover. You've got some changes coming up for 2018. Going to come out with some new products.
Yeah, I mean, just for customer demand
more
than anything. We've had the same report, we've had the same engineering background and same inspection process now since 2009.
Yeah, perfect.
And that's that report is an incredible report. However, just talking to some clients, some customers, predominantly landlords, or some clients that are going to be in their home for a long time,
right,
that are not in the process of selling their home,
right, that
don't need that stamped engineered letter, and they say, hey, Brendan, I want a more cost-effective approach. I want your opinion, what's going on, that I can get in and get out. So for 2018, we're hoping to roll out what's called an express report.
Okay.
We come out, we do the same analysis, we do the same, the drawing to scale. We look at the same factors that is going on. We go back into the office. We do the same AutoCAD drawing. We run the systems we run all that through a calculations through a software package.
Right.
And we still have the same analysis. It's just that you don't have the 2 to 3 day wait period. And,
so no engineer stamp is really all. So you're saying, hey, look, if you'll go through the same process and just skip the step of an engineer stamp, then it's going to save me some money.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that engineers, these guys are licensed guys.
Yeah, right. Sure.
They're owed a fee.
You're right.
That's what it is.
Well, they have a cost for E&O insurance and
sure.
all of that. So every time they put their license on the line, so you're just basically going to get everything in terms of the same recommendation, same report, same analytics, same process, except no engineer putting his license on the line.
That's correct. And
great for buy and hold landlords. Great for people that are brand new as investors that are looking at, hey, buy, no buy decision.
Sure.
And then because maybe you're analyzing like 3 separate properties. Maybe you do the low end report on the 3, and then you buy one of those, and then can you just pay the extra fee and get the stamp? Okay, perfect. Yeah,
absolutely. And that's kind of the
I love it.
If we do the analysis up front, and you say, hey, Brandon, I do want to go ahead and get this slab
Right.
certified.
Sure.
Go ahead and send it back into the engineer so they can review it, give me a certified slab, and then we go from there. So that it's just a customer demand. It's a request that we're getting. And
the angle that I see on this, what I love, this is the thing that when we're sitting down with home sellers and, we're analyzing what their repairs need to be. What I can do for $100,000 is not what a typical homeowner can do for $100,000. Not only because I already have relationships with all those trades, but it's like I'm not a builder, but I have really the same kind of access to, plumbers and electricians and framers and roofers and HVAC folks and all those folks. If you're in this industry, you do a volume, you develop a relationship with those people. So I don't have to call 3 plumbers to get 3 different bids. Sure. And so sometimes we walk through a home seller and say, yeah, you can do all this work yourself and sell your house for more money.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah. How many
You're good. It's not even on.
Okay, good. How many we're live on Facebook, though, right? So they can hear that.
I mean, you go, how many painting bids? How many sheetrock bids? It's like, wow, that's a lot.
So at what time do we go to the next break?
Well, we have this segment and the next segment are both.
No, I know, but
recorded.
I want to change the background on Facebook.
Hold on. Let's see. You can change it in 8 minutes.
Okay. All right, I'll be back then.
Okay, bye.
And what I love about y'all's process is y'all don't have a dog in the hunt, so to speak, in terms of y'all aren't selling foundation repairs. Y'all are selling foundation analysis, which I think is huge. I wish that every market that has foundation problems had a foundation check, and I know unfortunately they don't. Just like I hear over and over again, wow, we wish we had a fast track in our market, and somebody that really specializes, has integrity, does it right. So let's give out your contact information. It's foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com. Phone number is 346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825. So you also were talking on the break that you're coming out with another, like 3D modeling. Explain that.
And that'll be maybe later or mid part.
Is this like 3D printing kind of stuff?
No,
Okay.
it's just it is for homeowners or even small business owners to look at their properties to figure out how their slab is performing relative to the other plots of land around them.
Okay.
Relative to their plot alone. That stuff has got to go through experimental stage. We still got to get all that documented.
Got it.
It's just pretty incredible with a lot of the stuff with the 3D cameras nowadays.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
The drone recording they're doing nowadays. There's a lot of stuff that I could see that could factor into our product to make it more precise, to make it faster.
Right.
When we're doing our analysis out in the field. But that'll be a product, like I said, mid to late. We are going to be prepared to roll out, the Express Report, January 1. So I mean that is just something that's customer demand more than anything. We are still going to recommend our true standard report,
right?
Which is a full written report, recommendations, pictures, the AutoCAD drawing to scale, and then the stamped engineered letter. I mean that is really what's since 2009, since we looked over 1,500 slabs, that report has gotten us to where we're at now. It's just that we're servicing probably 85% of our clients, but the other 5 or 10% say, hey, Brandon, I just want a little more cost-effective approach, and I don't need the engineered letter to sell my house because I'm not going to be selling in a while.
Right.
And can you help me out?
Right.
And we've not been able to really service it, but like I said, the main report with the Right Path discount is still $650. That's for 3,000 square feet and under.
Okay.
The new report, the Express Report, hopefully we're going to be able to get those turned around in 24 hours. You're going to get the AutoCAD drawing with an opinion letter with a few recommendations. That's it, and that'll be $450.
Okay.
So there's a substantial price difference there.
Right.
But we are still always going to recommend the standard report. We just want this option to be available to our clients, based on some of the feedback that we're getting from them.
Okay. So I want to, since there's so much flooding and all that went on, want to find out your opinion. So some people are deciding to raise their house.
Yep.
And so Yeah, I mean, our analysis, we don't do much of that.
Okay.
You know, I mean, if you look at it from a cost basis, I've looked into it.
It's expensive.
I'm an investor myself.
Yeah, it's about $25 per foundation square foot is the numbers that I've been coming up with. So you got a 1,500 to 2,000 square foot house. I mean, you're looking at $50,000.
Yeah, and some of the things I've seen have been even much higher than that. That type of engineering, you'd have to go directly to the engineer. That is not us.
Okay.
I did receive a lot of phone calls from Harvey.
I can imagine.
You know, we're looking at your slab's performance at the certain time that it's right now.
Right.
Here, we offer recommendations on how to fix it. You know, whether it's erosion, drainage.
That's the other thing that I love about what y'all are looking at. It's more of a global. You're not saying, hey, this back left corner, or this whole left-hand side by the kitchen, it's off by 2 inches. What you're looking at is, like, why is it off 2 inches? Right. It's the slope of the ground. It's where the gutters are coming in. It's the slope of the roof. I mean, you're looking at big picture, not only what's the symptom, so to speak. It's almost like a doctor looking at it, that, the doctor can say, yeah, you've got acid reflux, but what's causing the acid reflux? And, where a foundation company is really saying, okay, we'll just raise it 2 inches. If it's low 2 inches, but that's not addressing the underlying problem, no pun intended, root cause, right? So that's what I love about y'all's report is you're gonna give big picture. Hey, there's trees over here, and that's creating this problem. And you've got, whatever else it is, because your solution is not just about piers.
Right.
It's about drainage. It's about all kinds of other things as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where the 3D modeling could come into effect in 2018, because we could send out the 3D model to the client and say, look how all this fits together.
Right.
Look how your erosion is causing this to occur on this part of the foundation. That product isn't going to be developed yet, but we're working on it, and hopefully we'll see where 2018 leads us. So.
Yeah, Ginger is in Amarillo, and she said, "Wishing we had that here for sure." Yeah. Yes, you want to go open a satellite office in Amarillo?
Yeah. Don't they have the Cadillacs?
Yeah.
Is that Lubbock? Is that the Cadillacs that they have? I can't remember.
I think is that Amarillo or Lubbock? I think it's Lubbock.
It's all
yeah. Once you're in Amarillo, what's the difference? The hop, skip, and a jump away. Yeah. Although Ginger's going like, I don't want to go to Lubbock.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Beat the hell out of Texas Tech, right?
But so we're kind of the Harvey calls have kind of slowed down a little bit from the homeowners. We're kind of going back, and we're seeing a lot of calls from the investor network.
Right.
Has been our traditional. Client in the past. We're still got a few trickle in from Harvey, but I think the holidays is starting to kind of factor in a little bit. People still don't have their insurance checks.
Right.
Hopefully, when they get their insurance checks.
Good morning, Mike and Mike. I mean, it's been like 8 weeks since their adjuster came out, and they still don't know the number from the adjuster yet. And you're like, wow. When you have private flood insurance, different from the federal program, there's guidelines. There's requirements. The insurance company has so many days to get the adjuster out, then the adjuster has so many days to get the report back. FEMA doesn't fall under that. I mean, the National Flood Insurance Program, they've got their own rules, and it's just wow. People. It's a sad situation, I think, for a lot of people. And I'm sure you've walked at because you're an investor also.
We had 13 houses that flood, and we're in the same boat as many of our clients.
Yeah,
we're still going through a lot of the insurance struggles and getting checks in and getting the right funds that are, we feel appropriate.
Now, 13 sounds like a lot, but that's a percentage of how many total homes do you have, ballpark?
95 doors.
So it's about, 15%, something like that, 17%?
Give or take.
Yeah.
So we're fully occupied besides one. So we're
nice.
Fully up and operational, but I mean, so, just got to get everything ironed out and keep going.
Yeah, that sounds great. So you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. I'm joined live by the owner of Foundation Check. His name is Brandon, and it's foundationcheck.com, 346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825.
Do you have cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart? Then you may have foundation movement. Due to our expansive soils in the Houston area, it's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400 evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing.
How long is this next segment?
Or selling you unnecessary pier work. But we are in the business of evaluating your foundation.
Sorry, Tom, hold on.
Our product is designed for house flippers.
All right, my bad. I was talking to my brother. Hold on one
or
second.
Even owner-occupied properties. Each of our files is reviewed.
Because I'm going to do the last 4-minute segment live, right?
Yeah, you're going to do that live. Let's see.
So what time?
We have
25. That's 346.
the whole segment for Anderson is 12, a little over 12 minutes.
Okay.
But right now you have 12 minutes plus.
Plus probably 6.
2. You have like 14, almost 15 minutes until then.
Okay, so 48. 9:48.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, 9:50 actually. All right, bye.
Okay, bye.
For a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree. Single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
Taxes. Just the sound of that word makes people cringe. At Anderson Advisors, we provide tax reduction through asset protection for real estate investors throughout the country. Our unique philosophy has CPAs, lawyers, bookkeepers, and estate planners with one common goal, helping you, the real estate investor. Check us out today at AndersonAdvisors.com, and don't forget to tell us you heard about us at Right Path Real Estate.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes, binders, and the agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you. Call Houston's leading real estate risk management experts. Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas, 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
As a real estate investor, you rely on your property inspector to determine the current condition of the home and your potential return on investment. Principal Inspections was founded by investor Jeremy Humphrey to do just that. Working from the investor's point of view, Principal Inspections will give you turnkey inspections that are high quality, affordable, and focused on information pertinent to investors while not clouding the report with unnecessary details. Founder Jeremy Humphrey comes from a family of real estate investors. He started Principal Inspections for investors because as an investor himself, he experienced the need for fast, quality inspections with information directly pertaining to property condition and potential resale value. Principal Inspections will save you time and money. Call Principal Inspections, 832-684-5516. That's 832-684-5516. Or go online to principalinspections.com. That's principalinspections.com. License number 21264.
This is Business 1110.
Call Tom at 713-785-1817 and look for us on Facebook Live at facebook.com/RightPathRealEstate.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. Want to get right back to the phones. I've got Clint joining us with Anderson Legal and Tax Advisors. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Great. So what part of the country are you in today?
I'm in Washington. It's pouring down
Nice.
rain, but I'm getting ready to fly out to Hawaii, so not too bad.
Yeah, that doesn't stink. How
no,
long have you been in Hawaii?
Pouring down rain there. I'll be there for 9 days.
Oh,
Teaching
nice.
event.
Oh, fantastic. So tell me, I know thoroughly what it is you guys do. It was great to meet you in person at the last JET event. And so tell me what it is that you guys do for our listeners.
Yeah, what we do for your listeners is we help them structure their assets in a way that, if anything happens from a legal standpoint, if their tenant decides to bring a lawsuit or if they're involved in a lawsuit, that they're not risking everything they've built up over the years from their real estate investing. And and hand in hand with that, we also show the investors how to reduce their taxes through their investing. So if they're, just take it from the standpoint, if you're materially participating in your real estate investing, one of the areas where I see a lot of investors possibly make a mistake is not making an aggregation election on their tax return. And here we are coming up to the end of the year, and we're going to start preparing those returns starting beginning of next year. And if we have active real estate investors that are out there and they're doing a lot of deals, it's something they want to consider and sit down and talk with their professional about. Our tax department routinely does that with the clients we work with. But I know a lot of CPAs who aren't real estate investors, they miss the issues that are important. And at Anderson, we pick up on those issues because we are real estate investors.
It seems that as a real estate investor, what you're really concerned about, it's almost like it's a three-legged stool. And the first leg of that is liability. As you're growing assets, if you have liabilities from being a landlord or even from just driving your own vehicle, there's in Texas we have really strong liability laws, so there's lots of things that can create liability from you, and you want to be able to shield as much as you can. The second is tax, but some people taxes so much that they become unbankable. So then the question becomes, credit management. How bankable are you based on your tax structure and all of that? So it seems like that every individual person's situation is going to be different, and how do you find the best solution for the liability versus taxation versus your bankability, and what's the best way to manage all of those three things? Because it seems like if you do too much of legal tax avoidance, yourself unbankable, but you don't want to pay excess taxes. It's kind of like there's a fine balance in that.
No, absolutely. But first off, we have to start off with what words we use. Tax avoidance, never. Tax minimization is what
that's what doing. I mean. Yeah, right. Well, I said legal tax avoidance. I mean, that's which is paying the minimum amount of taxes that you owe, right? I mean, not avoiding
like
taxes altogether.
Shrimp, yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. It is one of those. Yeah, it is one of those oxymorons, right?
No, it starts off with asking the right questions. I remember when I was presenting, I talked about that you need to understand where the client is coming from, what the investor's goals are. And I was just recently dealing with a client this week who just thought, hey, I'm going to be buying some properties in Ohio, and should I just set up an LLC to take title of those properties? Well, it's not as easy as that, because you have to understand, are you going to be getting financing, just like you brought up? And if you're getting financing, then obviously it's not going to work to set up an LLC right away, because most lenders will not loan to an LLC for residential real estate because they're going to view that as a commercial loan, unless, of course, you're dealing with private money or a community lender. So knowing the right questions to ask is so important, and that's where a lot of real estate investors run into issues, is that the professionals they consult with do not understand their business. I mean, one of the things that we deal with a lot is privacy protection. I mean, I can make you disappear, and people get excited about that. I don't want anybody to know. I mean, think about this, post-Harvey and all the potentials we have with toxic mold going forwards. I mean, think about putting all those properties you have in separate LLCs, because there's so many individual or news organizations out there reporting on toxic mold post-Harvey. You got the fake New York Times ran a big article on it, CBS ran a show on it. And so these issues are something that real estate investors need to be aware of, and only experienced planners can spot those ahead of time and put together the right type of plan for the investor to ensure that something like that does hit. And of course, insurance isn't going to cover you because it's an environmental contamination, that you haven't risked everything you've built up.
Well, it seems like in healthcare, medicine, and in the law, that those are two areas that having a specialist that really understands your unique situation. About 2 years ago, I had a herniated disc in my cervical spine, and it's interesting when I went to a GP. He's a doctor, been to medical school. I'm sure he did a surgery residency, knew in general terms, the principles, but he wasn't the kind of guy that I would really want to open me up and do a cervical disc replacement. That's a guy, I actually found the guy that did the first cervical disc replacement in the entire country, the real specialist that has done this. This is all he does day in and day out. This is, don't ask him about, urology. Don't ask him about pediatrics. Don't ask him about radiology. He doesn't know about those things. But if you want to know about cervical disc replacement, this is the guy to go to. And it seems to me like y'all are that, in the legal and accounting world as it relates to real estate. That if you want to be a real estate investor anywhere in the country, that y'all are that specialist that can be basically say, this is all we do all day long, every day. We're real estate investors ourselves. So whether you're looking at small multifamily, large multifamily, whether you're looking at small commercial, large commercial, whether you're looking at buy, fix, and flip, or whether you're looking at a small or large buy and hold single family strategy, or even wholesaling, because each of those strategies are going to present unique accounting issues, unique liability issues, and unique bankability issues, and then unique tax issues as well. And then to add all that, y'all are nationwide. So what works in Texas doesn't necessarily work the exact same way in Ohio, doesn't work exactly the same way in California, but y'all have a nationwide footprint.
Yeah, that's right. You know, it's funny you say that because one of my good friends is an attorney here in Washington State, and he was assisting a client with some property in Florida, and he transferred it into an LLC because they wanted asset protection. Then about 8 months later, they received a bill from the county assessor for a little over $2,000. And he sent it to me. He said, hey, why were they getting taxed for transferring this into an LLC?
Yeah,
and
they have a transfer tax, right?
Exactly, because there was a mortgage on the property. He didn't know that. So,
which we don't have in
so
Texas.
He had to eat it. No, you
Right.
don't. Yeah.
Right. And so some states do have that, but not everyone does. And unless you're doing this on a day-to-day, I mean, like if you're investing in Florida for the very first time, what you don't know can cost you potentially thousands of dollars.
Correct. Yeah,
so
and
why
it
would
goes
someone...
more than that. It's also about the entities themselves, is that when you set up an LLC, for instance, you know, you have to understand why am I setting up this LLC? What is it going to hold? If it's going to hold a commercial property and I'm the only member of that LLC, then you might be inclined to set it up as a disregarded entity because you don't have to file a tax return, you get asset protection, and it all flows down on your 1040. But you have to also think long term. Do you plan to sell that property in the future? Because if the answer to that is yes, then you're going to need to pay a little each year to file a tax return because that tax return is going to help you sell the property. Because when that buyer approaches you and he goes back to his lender, the first thing the underwriter is going to ask for is to see a tax return for the entity that owns the property. And if you set it up as a disregarded LLC, you can't produce it. So be prepared to carry the note for 2 years until they can refinance the property. And, of course, hopefully they don't destroy everything you built up, getting the rents up and getting the property stabilized. So understanding how it works from a real estate investor standpoint is so important, and those are just the issues we run across on a daily basis when we sit down with people and we look at their structures and we start pointing out the inconsistencies or the discrepancies on how we would set something up.
Well, one of the many issues that we teach when we're teaching people how to find deals, how to analyze deals, how to fund those deals, how to fix those deals, and then how to sell those, how to dispose of those deals, whether it's through maintaining it and buy and hold or to actually flip that asset. One of the things that we talk about is you can't be a 10 at everything. It's a full-time job just keeping up with the legal side and then also correspondingly the accounting side. So one of our things that we teach, we're adamant about, is find the thing that you're a 10 at. I was engaged in a phone conversation yesterday with another investor, and, you know, he was explaining that the one thing that he feels like he's best at is acquiring properties from a seller. He's really great at negotiating, solving their problem, really building rapport, listening to their needs. But, you know, it seems like so many times that small investors, what they do is they end up doing every single job. It's like, imagine if you owned a burger shop and you're the guy flipping the burgers and you're the counter person and you're the person that, you know, does the accounts payable and the accounts receivable. You do it all, which is how a lot of small businesses start. But there's only a handful of things that you can be a 10 at. And one of the things that we recommend is if you're not a 10 at something, you should definitely outsource that. And I can tell you guys are 10s at what you do in terms of reducing liability, increasing bankability, minimizing tax burden, and then balancing those three things state by state and in an overarching plan so that people can reach their goals faster.
You're right. That's why you called it the three-legged stool.
That's right. So I want to give out y'all's contact information. If you want to get a hold of Anderson Advisors, it's really simple. Their website is AndersonAdvisors.com. That's ANDERSONADVISORS.com, AndersonAdvisors.com. Their phone number is 1-800 1-800-706-4741. That's 1-800-706-4741. When's the next time that you're going to be in Houston and people can come out and ask you questions in person?
We have that event coming up early next year. That there'll be, I think we're going to be there in February is when we plan it for.
Okay.
That they can sign up for, and we're going to be there 3 days, and we're going to be going through all of this stuff in detail. Where we'll drill it into you, so when you walk out of that event, you're going to understand exactly what you need to do.
So if you want to be able to speak the language, learn the vocabulary, learn the techniques that Anderson Advisors uses, if you want to be able to have a more intelligent conversation so that people aren't talking over your head when they're talking about tax liability and property liability, and then making yourself more bankable, go to AndersonAdvisors.com. That's AndersonAdvisors.com, 1-800-706-4741. Register for the class.
All righty.
Hey, talk to you soon. Thanks for being on.
All right, take care. You bet.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Clint Coons here, attorney and avid real estate investor. You know, the greatest mistake real estate investors make is not understanding the potential liability that exists from owning real estate. At Anderson Business, Legal, and Tax Advisors, we specialize in protecting real estate investors in all 50 states. In addition to structuring your business for optimum protection, we provide guidance so you pay the least amount of taxes available under the law. We have 150 employees that range from lawyers to CPAs to estate planners and much more. Download our free ebook, The Invisible Investor Strategy, today at AndersonAdvisors.com or call for a free risk reduction analysis and financial blueprint at 800-706-4741. Anderson Business Advisors will help you keep more of what you earn. Call us today at 800-706-4741 and mention Right Path Real Estate.
Real estate investors, if you're not familiar with Quest IRA, let me tell you what you're missing. We've got free weekly educational classes, networking opportunities, and the ability to tap into trillions of dollars for your real estate investing deals. Come by our office or join us remotely as we simulcast all of our educational classes every Tuesday morning and evening. For more information, call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or visit our website at questira.com.
Are you expecting to close accurately, on time, and with lots of communication on your home purchase? You've come to the right place. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Our goal is to give our borrowers and referral partners an amazing experience during the loan process. My team believes in putting people and culture before results. Our company concentrates on building those teams who operate with structure, process, and recognition for going the extra mile for you. This way, we have the energy to make this your best home purchase ever. Give us a call today to find out the simple steps to get started. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, the Hernandez team at Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Jennifer.legacymutual.com or call 713-579-3611. Again, Jennifer.legacymutual.com. We can't wait to consult with you soon. NMLS 514497.
Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. NMLS 514497.
Selecting a foundation company and their product for repair is a lot like a game of chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license, nor is it regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional engineers to review all of our files to give you the best foundation analysis in today's market. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825 or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
You found or inherited a great investment property.
We got 1 minute.
Don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree, single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
This is Business 1110.
Call Tom at 713-785-1817 and look for us on Facebook Live at facebook.com/RightPathRealEstate.
Hot mics.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. Want to tell you that a lot of people are not planning properly for their retirement. You probably know the statistics of what amount of money it is that most people retire on. You know, we meet with people every day, and when we ask them, hey, when you think about money, what are you really thinking about? You know, do you have a plan in place to be able to retire in the lifestyle that you want to be able to retire in? If the answer to that is no, then real estate there's more millionaires created through real estate than any other single vehicle. And so why wouldn't you learn how to add real estate to your investing portfolio? But Tom, you don't understand my situation. I don't have the credit. I don't have whatever it is, whatever the reason is that you are deciding that you're not in a situation where you can take advantage of it. It doesn't really cost very much to take a look. In fact, Jason and I really started with a relatively modest amount of money to start Houston House Buyers. And since then, we have bought, fixed, and flipped, either bought, fixed, and flipped, or wholesaled, or kept for a buy and hold, almost 450 houses now in 3.5 years. And so wouldn't you want to learn from someone that's done that? You know, right now on Facebook, I've got Everest in the background, right behind me. I can point my finger towards the peak of Everest. If I wanted to go and climb Everest, I probably wouldn't want to start that expedition all by myself and just, you know, hey, here's what I need to do. I need to go ahead and pack a backpack and just, you know, start climbing. I probably would want to, not probably, I would definitely want to go find who is it that has been up to Everest, to the top. Who's the guide that's taken the most people up to the top of Everest out of all the guides in the history of guides, right? I mean, can I get that top guy? Because he can tell me, what do I need to pack? And what do I need to do to prepare? What kind of shape do I need to be in? And he can show me the shortest. I mean, I don't want to take the long route up to the top, right? I want to take the short, condensed route. Now, I know even the short and condensed route, there's a lot of work, there's a lot of preparation, there's a lot of planning, there's a lot of danger, there's a lot of risks, all of those things. But why would I want to take anything less than the short route up to the top? So here's what I can tell you is, we've got our next weekend retreat is this weekend. You can go to rightpathrealestate.com, rightpathrealestate.com, and come to our weekend retreat. Learn how to do real estate investing the right way, whether you want to buy and hold, whether you want to buy, fix, and flip, or whether you want to wholesale. But before the weekend retreat, if you want to find out more information about the intro to income and wealth in real estate, we've got a free event in our offices this Thursday. We even have a free webinar. But the only way you can get on the webinar, it costs you nothing. Go to rightpathrealestate.com, register on the free webinar. You can learn about it tonight, see what our message is, find out if it's for you. Do it today. rightpathrealestate.com, rightpathrealestate.com. Don't delay your better future.
All right, Tom, have a good one.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.